Yes, my good people, the DJ is here again. The DJ is here. DJ Marisha Media, share the live, share the live. Last evening during my podcast there, I highlighted some issues that was explained to me that took place on Saturday of last week here in the Tabernacle area, St. Kitts. And someone was questioning on the thread the distance between where the police station is and where the incident took place. So, the DJ like to do things the right way. So I'm back to give a little update. So I'm coming to you at this moment. I'm going to be taking a little walk from the police station back up to the bar where the incident took place, or the shop where the incident took place. So my good people, as you can see, I just pan the camera around. I'm here at the Tabernacle police station where the police are. As a matter of fact, to my understanding, the crime scene unit is stationed, the headquarters are here in Tabernacle. This is one of their vehicle here, the crime scene unit vehicle. So I want to believe that the unit's still operating. See the back of it says there, crime scene unit. So I'm going to start walking and check the time to see the distance between here at the Tabernacle police station to where the incident took place. I could take the shortcut. The shortcut will be to go up in that area where those folks are coming down the road, but I'm going to take the main road, the long way. I will take the long way, just that we will get an understanding that where this police station is at compared to where the incident took place is very close proximity where police can get there by foot in quick time. We also have a shelter right here, an emergency shelter right opposite the police station. And this lane is called Timber Lane, Tabernacle St. Kitts. And we're not walking fast, we're just cruising. We're going to just take a cruise to give those folks who might be in the process of making excuses for the bad actors we call the Labour government, that seems to be more focused on spending time in the clouds than to take care of the issues here at home that they were elected to do. Currently, I am passing the Sylvia Garnett Primary Health Care Facility here in Taba. This is right next to the old police station, which we're going to pass in a bit. That's it there, the Sylvia Garnett Primary Health Care Facility here. So this is the old police station. And I think last night you guys might have heard me make reference to a Calypsonian singing a song. I think it was Loud Cut, that there was a bad man in Taba walking around with a gun. And when he entered the police station, the police jumped the window and run. Yeah, that was Loud Cut to sing that song. As a matter of fact, I'll be opening my podcast next Wednesday with that song. So this is the old police station here. And I'm now heading up the lane to where this incident took place last night. So this is the Station Street, Taba. So for those of you from the Taba area, I am in your town. Brother Romeo Paris Pharmacy, I'm in your town. You know the DJ gonna pop up from time to time in any area. So expect the DJ to come whenever there is a story to be told or information to be produced. I also want to big up the third Prime Minister there, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris. How are you doing? I'm in your neighborhood. I'm here trying to bring some awareness to the people of St. Kitts Nevis. Not here to badmouth or to blast anyone, just to bring some updates on what is taking place in our beloved federation. I understand that our National Security Minister there, the Dr. Terence Drew, is currently someplace in Africa. Heard a little clip from him giving an address. And according to the Prime Minister, his reason for going to Africa is that he heard the president of that country made an address to the UN, and he decided he have to meet this individual. Well, I'm pretty sure he could have met that individual on the sideline at the UN, but no. He chose to take the taxpayers' money and fly halfway across the globe to have a sit down and a drink up with someone that he heard made a speech that he was impressed with. My good people, if this thing wasn't so serious, they'll be laughable. But this is what we are dealing with today in our beloved St. Kitts Nevis. I was a part of the team to ask for an opportunity for Dr. Terence Jew and his Labour administration to be given an opportunity. I must be honest with myself and the people of St. Kitts Nevis to come and continue to state my dissatisfaction with the performance of Dr. Jew and his team. So my good people, when I made the statement last evening that it was a 5-minute walk, that's the shortcut there. That would have been the shortcut to get from the police station to this bar, would have been less than 5 minutes. But I took the long way. And by taking the long way, it appears as though the DJ was right on target. It's exactly 5 minutes walk from the police station to get here to the shop where the incident took place last Saturday. Now, let me give a little background on what I explained last night. Now you can see the shop. I'm not going to go inside. I want to just highlight what transpired before I get off the scene, but I don't want to go inside of the shop. So we are in Taba. This is the Run It bar here in Taba. And let me get into it again. What was explained to me by the owner of this bar is that last Saturday there was some conflict between two brothers here in Taba. And one of the brothers, I think is the younger one, he frequents this bar. So he's no stranger to the bar owners or the workers there. So whatever conflict they had, the other brother went home and got a knife and came after his brother. The brother that was there hanging out at the shop took refuge, went into the back of the shop to get away from his brother with the knife. Turned out that that brother had no intention of letting him get away, so he jumped the counter and went to the back of the shop and stabbed his brother several times. Now, I was told that the police was called. You see where I just come from there? Between 3 to 5 minutes walk from the police station to where I'm at here in Taba. And I was told by the individual that when the police was called, the police said that they don't have any vehicle to come to the crime scene. Well, not only the police should have been coming to the crime scene, but the crime scene unit that is staged right there at that same police station should have been here in a jiffy, because you heard someone been stabbed. You need to come and collect whatever evidence material and do what you need to do. But according to the report, is that that individual that did the stabbing, it's still on the street walking around, and say police cannot do him anything. While the other brother that got stabbed some 5 or more times end up at the JNF hospital. As of this morning when I did my follow-up, the bloody t-shirt that the individual was wearing and the bloody shirt that the individual was wearing is still here at this residence. However, they had to clean up the blood and the mess that happened there. So, you know, that crime scene is contaminated. So I do not know how much the police can do at this point in time. But just imagine you in St. Kitts, where you could say an attempted murder took place. someone was stabbed multiple times. And the response from the police is that whoever answered the phone, they don't have any vehicle. And it is a serious matter for me because, like I said last night, I brought my observation to the attention of the police commissioner just some weeks ago. And he acknowledged what I was saying to be factual. I know that the force is under strength, understaffed, as you may call it, because I have been monitoring for months. Since this Juliet Labour administration took office, there has been a decline in officers. Many officers have left, and they are not backfilling those slots. People just not interested in joining the forces. I think the majority of faces I'm seeing around here is foreigners. Now, just last week, they had the 50th meeting of CARICOM. And I heard Dr. Douglas, I saw Dr. Douglas posted on his Facebook page that the RSS provided some 30 plus officers. They were sworn in as constable to cover the CARICOM lead heads of government while they were here. Now, my good people, the issue here is the CARICOM heads of government was there in Frigate Bay over at the Marriott Dorm for a meeting. There was across to Nevis. I don't see anyone really going to go to neither kill or stab any of them. But the necessary security was put in place to make sure that they're okay. As a matter of fact, many of you might have woke up and seen a U.S. warship docked at Port Zante in Bastille. That was an advanced vessel which stands security for the U.S. Secretary of State. Even some people tried to make it to be something different, so they're here for rest. I know it to be different, but we elect a prime minister that promised to be the prime minister for all Kittitians and Nevisians. Well, we have seen that he have not been a prime minister for Nevis. He have taken several trips across to Nevis to have a little session, a little partying. Just last week, he asked Premier Brantley to welcome the heads of CARICOM to Nevis, which that was done. But the Prime Minister himself, going on 4 years in office, have promised that he will be having a town hall in Nevis. Have said to the DJ multiple times on my podcast that he has put a team in place to plan that event. I cannot understand, and I don't see where it makes sense that something as simple as a town hall meeting, you take a team of people to put this together in almost 4 years, and still this town hall cannot take place, while the Prime Minister has traveled to South Africa, North Africa, and the Middle East, Dubai and every place, multiple times. The UK, the US. He just went on a regional tour there a couple of weeks ago, just prior to the 50th meeting of CARICOM, to meet with the same leaders that he was going to meet between the time they were here for this meeting. So for those of you who want to continue making excuses for these, I call lazy, corrupt, bad actors, can't find enough words to call them, that we have elected here in St. Kitts and Nevis. The DJ is here to acknowledge where it was a mistake to support Dr. Joe as leader of the Labour Party in the first instance. It was a mistake for me to endorse him to be the change that the St. Kitts and Nevis needed for the future. I acknowledge those mistakes. And I am on a campaign to correct that, my good people. I am on a campaign to correct that. And I invite all really, I'm not going to say like-minded citizens, but I want to say without giving the wrong message out there. It's one thing to support a political party, but I am of the view that the country that we gained, the country that we met, that we have a responsibility to protect our country and the future of our country, our sovereignty. That is not happening under this dreaded Labour administration. I spoke some time back, I think it was in 23, 24, when I started asking certain questions about what was taking place with our CBI after the fallout with Mr. Martinez and Dr. Drew and his team with the underselling of these passports and stuff like that. And this prison project that we campaigned on that continues under the Dr. Drew-led Labour administration. And I have made it clear to the Prime Minister, if it was wrong under Team Unity administration and you're going to continue on that same doing worse, it's wrong also. The DJ cannot support these things. And as a result, I felt comfortable not being around those bad actors. And for those of you who are benefiting at the moment because your mouth is in the trough, you're getting a little stipend from being a board member or an ambassador or a little job on this side or whatever, my good people. You deserve more than that. You should get more than that. The future of the country deserves better. You deserve better. And at some point in time, you're going to have to choose yourself over these corrupt politicians. Because basically, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. You know, last night I dropped a couple of clips on the Nevis Destiny project matter. I had some issue earlier because when I was getting ready to go live, the current went out there in my area, so didn't get all of my clips organized on time. So, you know, I'm going to come back next week and I'm going to drop a few more extra clips just for that, you know. I left to make up for where I dropped short. But I don't want to be here too long. I just want to close off this quick live to say to that individual that challenged me on my podcast last evening that it is not a 5-minute walk from the police station to this venue. I just want to confirm that it is a 5-minute walk. It could be less coming in the opposite direction, but I make sure I walk the main road, which is the longer way up, and it's 5 minutes. But it should not be about the distance to get here. It should be about the fact that our country is in a mess. I mean, if you listen to Mr. Jensen, the gentleman that's trying to put an enclave there, Nevis, he said on the topics with Banky and Yoshan that St. Kitts Nevis is not safe. That's why they want to have their own police force and their own security. So, if this gentleman trying to get into our waters here, and they're telling us that St. Kitts Nevis is not safe, why would the Prime Minister and our National Security Advisor, the NSA, Mr. Wussy Rollins, there, my good friend, why are they not speaking to the Prime Minister about this downfall where the police are not satisfied with the treatment that they're getting? Their salary is meager. I know back in the days they used to say a police dollar has 5 quarters, 5.25 cents. But I hear all kind of promises during the election, and the police are getting so much knockabout that they're leaving in droves, retiring and moving on to greener pastures. And as a result, the police station are understaffed. Now, to have a police station with just an island constable who are not qualified to have a weapon, and a police officer, and to every time you go there, it's just the island constable because the police officer have to go to another business. I think it's not only unfair, but it's unsafe because that island constable cannot defend themselves should someone attack or someone choose to go into the police station to do something to anyone in there. The communities of St. Kitts Nevis are not safe, you know, and they are not safe because of the government bad spending. They're not putting the necessary funding in place. I see in many of the higher-ups, hierarchy, new vehicles come in for the police and they're up and down in them while they have the private vehicle park at their home or whatever. But I think it's time that we rev it up. It's time that we rev it up. It's time to get rid of them. It's time to take back our country and try to protect ourselves. Nobody's going to do it for us. And for those of you out there that is still looking for Papa Bradshaw to come back to save us, Papa Bradshaw not coming back to save us. This Dr. Juled Labour administration is the worst I have seen since I've been covering politics. And in spite of some of those labor rights wants to change history and tell the general public how much government I have taken down over the years, it's just falsehood. Anyone knows the DJ started this podcast on the 8th of November 2020 while locked down in quarantine. And I was asked by the general public to continue with my podcast. And from since then to now, it's a little bit over 5 years that I continue to bring the message to you, the people, to the best that I can, honestly and openly. Yes, I participated in the downfall of the Team Unity administration, not because of hatred for any particular political party, but to get a change in direction. And I must say, since the change of government, I've had conversation with several of those individuals that was a part of that Team Unity makeup. And most of the leader of the Team Unity, Dr. Harris, who have acknowledged that, yes, mistakes were made, and given the opportunity, he would not do those things again. He would handle things differently. He'll be more consignant of the way that you treat people and stuff like that. Whether he will or not, that is left to be seen. I am not here campaigning for any particular prime minister. I am campaigning for change, for better St. Kitts and Nevis. I am on the ground, so I can speak from experience. I was in the belly of the beast, meaning the Labour campaign. I knew of a lot of things that was taking place. And to every time I see something that did not look too kosher, I would speak on it. I know they was not happy with my comments, but they tolerate me for the time. And I guess when they realize that I'm serious about the things I'm saying, they figure, well, time for the DJ to go. Well, it's time for the DJ to leave the Labour group or the Labour belly, but it's not time for the DJ to leave St. Kitts Nevis. I have a job and a responsibility to ensure that the country is safe, and I'm going to do my part to the best that I can to ensure that the damage that I participate in bringing to the people of St. Kitts Nevis, I will be a part of changing it. So my good people, I am calling on Commissioner Sutton and whoever is the head of the crime scene unit to take a run over here to Tabernacle, the old station road, come to the Run It Bar and find out what took place here last Saturday and to deal with the crime that transpired. The bloody shirt, I understand, is still here at the facility. As I said earlier, the crime scene unit is right here across the road, 5 minutes away, walking. So I know they can get here very quickly, driving in their truck. The truck is there. So I find it to be not only bad, I find it to be the dereliction of duty for the police and the crime scene unit not to follow up on this matter and have someone who basically stabbed his brother or anybody a couple of times, which means if you did not get pulled away, you might have killed your brother or killed that individual. So, my good people, it's not about the DJ. It's about our St. Kitts Nevis. It's about these politicians that we elect that prefer to be spending more time on a plane than to be here in the Federation to do what needs to get done. And it appears as though that these individuals, you know, the Commissioner of Police, I challenge them. It appears as though that they're afraid to speak out. Because the Commissioner of Police is well aware that they're not getting adequate funding to do their job, adequate resources to do what they need to do. And everybody just sit back and just taking it like it's normal. And it's not okay. This is not the way that we are supposed to live. So, my good people, the DJ is here at the Run It Bar. The DJ gonna go and support the Run It Bar. I gotta buy something from their showcase there. And I normally do some lovely sandwich and burgers and stuff. So I'm going to just call it quits in a bit. But yeah, that's the Run It Bar there. Station Street, Taba, St. Kitts. And the DJ going to sign off for now. But I'll be back to give a bit more update when I get more information. So, this is DJ Mawisha coming to you. Like I say, from right here at the Run It Bar. And see you soon. Hopefully with better information, more positive information. And hope that this matter is addressed soon. Thanks. Be safe.